Okay, this is the Chemical and Physical Changes Lab. First, we want to look at a reminder of what the indicators of a chemical change are. Unnatural or unexpected color change, formation of a gas, formation of a precipitate, that's a solid that unexpectedly forms, internal temperature change, formation of an odor, release of light. So we are going to start with the first procedure. The first procedure, we're looking at magnesium. Okay, this piece of magnesium, you'll want to indicate your observations on your lab report. Notice it is flexible. And we want to look now at the piece of aluminum. The aluminum is cylindrical and it also is malleable. Okay. We are going to now apply heat through the use of a lighter. Apply a flame and see how they react. Okay, that was the magnesium. Following the lab, after the experiment, make your observations and notice that it's brittle. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the aluminum. Okay, notice the color change following the experiment. Okay, make your observations, note them on your lab report. We're going to move on to procedure number 2. For the second procedure, we are using a piece of aluminum foil, so please note your observations. It is also malleable. We are also using copper 2 chloride, a liquid. Please note your observations. For this lab, we need to shred the foil into small pieces. We are then obtaining 1 pipette of copper 2 chloride. Add the 1 pipette to the aluminum foil. With a glass stirring rod, stir the pieces of the foil. It may take a moment for the reaction to take place. As we continue to stir, would you start to notice a reaction taking place? Please make note of your observations. That is procedure 2. Moving on to procedure number 3. For procedure number 3, we are using solid copper 2 chloride, please write down your observations, and we are also using distilled water, or H2O, and sodium hydroxide, or NaOH. Both are liquids. First, you'll need to obtain one small scoop of copper 2 chloride and place it into the test tube. Next, use pipette to obtain 2 pipettes of distilled water, adding it to the test tube, being careful not to touch the tip to the test tube. Next, place the stopper on the test tube. Mix gently. And we are now obtaining 1 pipette of the NaOH. Adding that to the test tube. Notice the color change as well as the consistency. Mark your observations down for procedure 3. I'm sorry, 2. 3. Sorry about that. Okay, we are now moving on to procedure 4. For procedure 4, we have sodium hydrogen carbonate, a solid, and acetic acid, a liquid. For this procedure, you're going to obtain 1 heaping scoop of sodium hydrogen carbonate, adding 2 pipettes of the acetic acid. Notice the reaction. Please note your observations. This concludes the Physical and Chemical Changes lab.